Before you go, one important thing. If you have not watched the previous parts, please watch them first. This story is connected. Miss one part, and the meaning breaks. What if I told you? The most efficient business system in history was built on human suffering? Prices went down. Profits went up. But somewhere inside that efficiency, someone was being crushed. And today, we're talking about who really paid the price. Before we go further, we need to ask a difficult question. A question most business stories avoid. Who pays the price for extreme efficiency? Because when a system becomes too efficient, someone always bleeds. Rockefeller's system worked, but not for everyone. Standard Oil, Rockefeller's company, was becoming unstoppable. Costs were falling. Prices were dropping. Profits were rising. On paper, it was perfect, but on the ground, the story looked very different. Workers were the first to feel the pressure. To keep costs low, refineries ran. Longer hours, faster shifts, fewer breaks, strict discipline. Workers were treated like parts of a machine. If you slowed down, you were replaced. If you complained, you were ignored. If you got injured, someone else took your place. Efficiency didn't ask how you felt. It only asked one question. How much output did you produce today? Low prices had a hidden cost. People loved Rockefeller's cheap oil, but cheap prices came from lower wages, job cuts, unsafe conditions, fewer competitors hiring workers. As Standard Oil absorbed companies, thousands lost jobs. Entire towns that depended on small refineries collapsed. Workers didn't see efficiency. They saw fear. Strikes began to spread. When people feel trapped, they don't stay silent forever. Workers began to strike. They demanded fair wages, safer conditions, reasonable hours. But striking against a monopoly is different. Standard Oil could wait. Workers couldn't. Hunger speaks louder than hope. Many strikes failed, and that made anger worse. Violence and public anger. Tensions exploded. There were clashes between workers and company guards, protesters and police, labor unions and corporations. Newspapers began publishing stories. Oil kings crushing workers. Monopoly without mercy. Power too big to control. Public opinion started to shift. Rockefeller wasn't just seen as efficient anymore. He was seen as dangerous. The media turned the nation against him. Journalists dug deeper. They exposed secret deals, ruthless pricing, worker exploitation, corporate control over cities. For the first time, the public asked, should one company be this powerful? Fear replaced admiration. Efficiency began to look like oppression. Workers versus monopoly, a power imbalance. Workers had no bargaining power, no alternatives, no protection. Standard Oil had money, lawyers, political influence, time. This imbalance terrified people, because if one company could do this, what would stop others? And this is where everything changed. Anger reached a level that could no longer be ignored. Workers were loud. Media was loud. Public outrage was loud. And when anger becomes loud enough, even the government is forced to act. But what happened next shocked everyone, because the government didn't just warn Rockefeller. They decided to break him. In the next part, you'll see why the U.S. government stepped in, how Standard Oil was broken apart, and how Rockefeller still became richer after losing his empire. Yes, richer. If you miss the next part, you'll miss the moment where power fights power. And trust me, this is where the story becomes dangerous. Subscribe now, because the next part reveals what history never taught you. Watch in sequence, because this is not history, it's a blueprint. Before you leave, watch the episode on the end screen. It reveals how Rockefeller influenced education, how the Prussian system still controls learning, and how it silently shapes your choices even today. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.